Welcome to episode 39 of the 2-Minute Warning. As of about half an hour ago, ESPN announced Trevor Lawrence has COVID, and today we're going to be looking at what that really means for his
for everything.
for the Heisman race,
for Clemson.
Exactly, for the Heisman race, for him and for the team, for him and his draft prospect, for really all aspects of his game. So let's take a look at the current Heisman race. We got Trevor Lawrence at the top by like 20 points, 20 votes, whatever. Next, we got Mac Jones. Then Justin Fields, who just came back for the first game of the season for the Big Ten. Justin Fields and the Buckeyes beat Nebraska by like 50 points or 40 points, whatever. Big win there. So Justin Fields came out strong, set his case early. So that's a big threat to Lawrence, number one. And of course, Mac Jones, probably bigger threat than Fields. So Mac Jones is the biggest threat. Alabama has Mississippi State this weekend. Weak team. Mac Jones is going to boost his prospect. Fourth in the Heisman race, BYU quarterback Zach Wilson. I wasn't even aware he was on the map. Good for him, but I'm not sure who they're playing, and I don't see him as a real threat to Lawrence, even with COVID. Fifth, Najee Harris. I do believe that, again, Alabama at Mississippi State this weekend. Najee Harris and Mac Jones will both boost their Heisman prospect, while sadly Trevor Lawrence has to sit out on the sideline, or not even the sideline, at home. And then coming in at fifth, you got Etienne as the Clemson running back, so maybe he'll get more touches this weekend without Trevor Lawrence, and maybe get a boost there. But
depending on how long Lawrence is out,
we have to assume, to be safe, assume it's 2 weeks. COVID protocol is 10 to 14 days. Take the longer end of that.
The race is up for anyone. Even if the Gators come back, Kyle Trask, he was high in the...
Leonard Pitts the same way. I mean, it's really
they could all fight their way back into it. But really, what hurts him is his one big game against Notre Dame,
Number 4 ranked,
have some serious competition that I think they still would win. Is kind of the game he'll miss. That would have been the defining moment that locks in the Heisman. He was already going to be the favorite to win it, but that if he won that game, performed well, there really was no debate after that. Now that he has COVID and possibly won't play that game, more than likely won't play that game. Everything shifts, and he could not win it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. So Thursday night, he got COVID tonight. It's Thursday night. They play Saturday against Boston College. Boston College is a solid team, but I don't know if that's a huge game. But then, so only 9 calendar days till he's got to play Notre Dame. He's not going to be back for that game. And of course, Heisman voters take into account not only production from a single player, but production in a big game. So 350 yards versus ACC matchup Seminoles that are bad, straight up bad.
Which he would likely play as soon as he's back.
Right, he will be playing, exactly. Versus 350 yards versus Notre Dame, ranked number 4, will get you a lot more Heisman votes, and he doesn't have the chance to play there. So I think, short answer is it severely impacts his Heisman value negatively, of course. I think, like I said, I think by the end of the week, with Mac Jones healthy, playing a weaker team in Mississippi State, I think Mac Jones may pass him because he can't do anything while he's sick, and Mac Jones is going to be just good like he always is against Mississippi State.
And really, it's more than just the Heisman. Like, what does this mean for Clemson? If they go in and lose against Notre Dame without Trevor Lawrence, I mean, I don't think they'll lose against Boston State, but say they do. Are they out of the playoffs? I mean, I know that's bold to say, but if you lose one game in college football, you're almost out of it. Florida dropped from number 4 to number 10.
They're
obviously,
back up.
That's a different matchup. It's not Notre Dame. But it's different. I mean, if they take a huge loss to Notre Dame, that means Alabama boosts up, Ohio State goes up, Notre Dame goes up, and then that 4 spot's really fought for between Georgia. Who else?
The 4 spot.
Yeah, I mean,
Notre Dame is in it right now, but I think they will stay there.
Yeah,
Georgia's trying to get in that top.
They would all fly up.
Yeah, that's all true. Clemson's backup, DJ, I had to look up his name, Uiagalelei, however you pronounce his last name. I'm not sure how he's going to be handling that team. Something tells me that Dabo Swinney and that Clemson program, that backup quarterback's going to be high caliber.
Yeah.
I still think they come out and beat Notre Dame, who just played their first game last week and kind of got that 4 spot based off of speculation of how good they are, not really how they are. So I don't see that as the big threat. I see the individual threat to Trevor Lawrence in his Heisman spot.
Yeah.
With Justin Fields coming off of, like I said, a 40-point win in his first game of the season. He's got nothing but room to improve there. And then, of course, Mac Jones already hot, going to stay that way most likely. So I think Trevor Lawrence may be in trouble. Not that he did anything wrong or did anything stupid. He may have done something stupid to get COVID.
And it's really not even what he does now. It's in Justin Fields and those other guys. The ball's in their hands now. It's up to them to fight for their own game. Lawrence has done what he needs to do to prove that he can win it. The other guys, it's their time to shine.
It's like right now, Trevor Lawrence is the Heisman until someone else proves they can beat him. Because if nothing else happens, if the season ran right now, he's got it easily. So that's exactly right. Mac Jones and Justin Fields for the main part. And again, that BYU quarterback, not entirely sure what his position is, whether he's really deserves of that top spot, whatever, good for him. But of course, Mac Jones, Justin Fields, Najee Harris really going to be pushing for that top spot. So they got to come out and prove this weekend that they can be just as good as Trevor Lawrence in the Heisman watch.
Yeah.
All right, 2-minute warning.